Hello my dear guest. Today I want to show you two ways how you can preload data into your component. So let's dive straight into the code. Our example will be pretty simple. We will have just a table with two properties, name and active. And this is how our HTML page looks like. It's material table where we load customers, and it has two columns, name and active. And our TS file, pretty simple. It's just setting up our material table. So first what we need to do to preload data, we need to create a resolver. We can use Angular schematics and it will generate for us. So let's name our customers resolver. Yep, and here it generated. But in real application, what you will need a service. I've already created a service. It's just a stub. What you will have is a HTTP client that makes a request, but for this purpose, we are just making a stub of this array and converting it to observable. So let's return back to our resolver. Now we can use the service. So we can import it via constructor and let's say customers service. And let's pass customers service. And instead of returning of true, now we can use this customer service and get customers. Also, it will predefine types boolean, but we have customer model and we need to change it here also. Also, customer's model is just a type with two properties, name and active, just to show you. Now we have our resolver. We can use it in our routing module. So there is a property, resolve, and resolve takes an object. Because you can preload a lot of data, you need somehow to specify that what you're loading. So they've created this resolve, and here we can specify customers, and let's pass our customers resolver. We are almost done. Now we need to get it in our component. So in component, we will use route and activated route. And after we've imported our activated route, we can get access to our data. So this route, data, and customers. Also, here it's a little bit different. So you can have an observable, but just in our case, we don't need an observable, so we can get a snapshot of data. And let's say customers. Very important that this customers is the same as in routing, like this one. So now let's look into our application, and it's preloaded. So this is the first way, but sometimes it's overkill to create a lot of this resolvers. So with Angular 14, there is a new way. We can pass a function, and because we can have customer service, so basically we can inject our customer's service. We can just customer service get customers. So basically, if you are using a resolver in a lot of places, the best way is to do like create a resolver and just input it where you need it. But if you are doing it one time, it's much better to write a function and get the data. And if we look and refresh the page, our data has loaded. Preloading data has its own drawback. And the drawback, imagine the service and it takes let's say 5 seconds to complete. So when we go to our page, it will not load until the data is there. So we have to wait for 5 seconds and then the data will come in. So be careful. Sometimes it's better to load in the service and sometimes it's better to preload. Preload is better when you try to combine a lot of data, and you will know when you need to preload the data because the logic will come very hard to understand. So sometimes it's much better just to preload data, and when the component is loaded, you can already filter or add statuses and so on. So that's it. I hope you will have a great day today. Bye.